Josiah Jame Garcia.
Yeah, bro, I'm him. I've been saying this. You
are not him.
That's a crazy take, Matt. I'm telling you. I've been saying, look, since the beginning, I've been saying when I was like first starting out, I was telling everybody, I was like, I'm going to be catching everybody. I'm going to be putting everybody to sleep. I'm going to be baseball choking everybody. And everybody thought I was crazy. And now it's all happened. It's all coming into fruition.
What's your body count?
Higher than most. You were talking about the chokes, right?
The chokes.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, dude, I put like 15 people to sleep. I got over 25 submissions, like baseball chokes alone, and I got over 45 wins across 2 platforms. And if you look at my smooth comp,
dude.
if you look at my smooth comp too, this is another thing. If you look at my smooth comp, you can look me up on smooth comp. My entire first page is all gold medal wins. So if you find someone else like that, you let me know, because that's just me right now. Like, when it comes to locking in, when it comes to the tournaments and, like, the big matches, nobody's like me. Like, I'm seriously, I go into a different zone, and I always pull it out. Look at my page. You could say I'm being cocky, and you could say I'm capping, but like, if you actually look at the stats, I'm the fucking guy, bro. I've won all of my fucking tournaments, and you have to click to the next page to find a tournament I lost. It's just not normal.
When's the next one?
When the next one is, whenever they have the next one, I'm ready. Like, I'm training every day, all day, so I'm always ready. Whenever the next one is, I think. There's coming up in May. Anytime
Josiah,
there's a tournament, you're gonna see me there. Sorry to cut you off.
No. You're good, dude. How long you been doing this?
Well, that's interesting. I started when I was 17. Like, I
Were
started
you
in
getting
Muay
bullied
Thai.
a lot or something like that?
Yeah, bro, I was. Pull up a picture of me, bro. No, I'm dead serious. I used to be super unathletic, and I know this is hard to believe, Matt. I know you're thinking this is crazy talk, but I used to be super unathletic, and I used to be like fat, and then I just locked the fuck in, and I just had this crazy glow up, and I started training, and now I'm actually living the dream, man. Like everything I wanted to do, it's all just unfolding. Like, all of my goals, I'm just crossing them off one by one by one. So,
when did you get into jiu-jitsu? Like, when I know you said Muay Thai?
Yeah, I started in Muay Thai, man. I started in Muay Thai. I did 2 years of Muay Thai, and then I've done jiu-jitsu ever since. So, probably like 2019, 2020 is when I started doing jiu-jitsu. 2020 is when I started doing it every single day.
So my question is when did it become a dream of yours to ascend to legendary status in BJJ?
Man, that's a tough question. That's a good question. When did it become a dream? I think it became a dream when I started believing that I was good enough to make it happen, bro. Because when I first started, I was just trying to win, and I was trying to pull more bitches, if we're being honest. So like, at some point in time, there was a moment where I was like, wait a minute, I can actually go pretty far in this thing. So after my first pro match, I did it in Albuquerque. That's when I was like, nah, I'm hitting the home run on this thing. I'm taking it all the way. Like, I'm setting my goals to the top. So
what is the top for you? Like, what is the ultimate, like, stature where you're like, holy shit, I've made it to the mountaintop?
Yeah, man, best guy in the fucking world, bro. What else would the goals? Matt, I know I'm talking crazy. What else would the goals be? What am I gonna say? I want to be.
Are you talking like
be average?
You want to roll with Connor or Khabib?
Well, I want to be the best jiu-jitsu guy in the world. I'd love to roll with Connor or Khabib, but I'm saying, like, I want to be at the top of the jiu-jitsu game. And anybody who is doing this and who is training twice, or training as much as I am and putting in the work that I am, and they say, oh, I want to be like middle of the pack, they fucking suck. They're never going to go anywhere, So like, it's my goals. If I was to write down my goals, and it would be best jiu-jitsu guy in the world, pink Lamborghini, and to date a chick that looks like Olivia Rodrigo. That's my big three.
Roll against Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I'd love to catch a match with Tom too, man. That would be a good match, bro. He's a purple belt now? We're both purple belts.
Dude, I don't. Yeah,
we're
maybe.
both purple belts.
Maybe catch him in Las Vegas.
Yeah, dude. Worlds Jiu-Jitsu Con. Let's go, man. I'd love to catch a match with you.
You hear that, Tom? You've been called out, dude.
Tom, I'm calling you out, man. I'm calling you out. Sorry, Tom. I'm calling your ass out. You're a bum. I'm joking. I'm capping.
You think I was afraid of the dog? I was born.
Yeah, bro. I when I was a kid, I didn't think I'd be calling out Bane on a podcast.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
Your parents are still alive?
Both of them.
Not murdered in a. Not murdered
in
like
the alleyway.
The alleyway.
Nah.
Solid, man. Well, I want to get some of these matches up on the screen. We'll go through. That was a short little introduction of you, man. And I do when I mean it when I say it. I think you're gonna make it to legendary status. I just don't know what that is, right? Like, best of all time is subjective. Who's at the top?
Yeah.
And who are you going for?
Yeah, man. And, well, that's tricky, man. Because look, you can say what you want about me. Like, I talk a lot of shit, but I only speak in truths. Like, if me and Gordon Ryan had a match right now, he would fucking demolish me. But you're looking at him and you're seeing him at his peak. Like, this is his peak right now. You're seeing him at the best he's ever been. When he was a purple belt, I would have fucked him up. Okay, like when I'm at my peak and I'm older, I'm like 28, 27, 29. When I hit my peak, I'm gonna be fucking better than him. You know. So
how old are you now?
I'm 23. I just
Holy
turned 23.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, I know. Just recently. I'm feeling old.
Yeah, that shit happens. So what's this first video that we got pulled up?
This is my first ever fight to win pro match.
So it's 3 minutes.
It is 3 minutes. You could skip ahead. You could skip to the cool stuff.
Well, you tell me here.
We'll react to it, and then we'll, this is me walking out right here. The commentary going pretty crazy. I like the commentators.
Beautiful hair.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear what they're saying?
No.
Oh, damn.
I know what they're saying, though. I mean, yes. I ain't turning out.
Yeah, man. This is hype, dude. I'm looking at all these people, and I'm just thinking, like, damn. Here we go. Like, this is when I was a blue belt. I just got my blue belt at the time. So I was probably a white belt like 2 or 3 weeks before this. And I was like, damn.
And this is in Albuquerque?
Yeah, me and my coach, we did the road trip to Albuquerque, and I was just locking in the car. You can skip.
Who's your coach?
Evan. Hey, shout out Evan Barrett. I actually have multiple people I want to consider as my coaches. I got Evan Barrett, who's like my head coach, my ultimate coach. He's done everything for me. He's the reason I'm where I'm at now. Then I got my strength and conditioning coach, Eric Telly. If you don't know who Eric Telly is, you can look him up. He's the shit. So he's like the best strength and conditioning coach.
Here you go.
Yeah, bro. Like, we're locking in, bro. We're looking at each other.
Handshake.
The handshake goes through. I'm like, damn. Here we go. The commentators are going crazy.
Great
guard pull?
Yeah, bro, I'm not fucking wrestling. I'm joking. No, my wrestling's it's gotten better.
Fast pace.
No, dude, this guy was pretty scrappy, bro. You could skip a little bit of this. It's coming up soon. You'll see. The reason I'll tell you
Walk me through what you're doing right now.
Well, I'm just trying to stay calm here, man. Like I feel like nobody's gonna pass my legs. So like,
So you got half guard right now?
Yeah, I'm in half guard. I'm just waiting to set up my grip so I can choke him, and I'm just breathing because
He's trying to break your posture.
I don't want to freak out here. I'm just breathing, and here he's already cooked. It's over for him. Like, once I get my grips in, I'm so confident in finishing and executing the choke that it's over. And then,
he's up. He's
Yeah.
out. Wow.
He's out.
You run over. I'm assuming that's Evan.
Yeah, that's Evan. I'm talking hella shit right
not.
here because I told him. Because you know what? I'll tell you what. I fucking right before the match, and I was talking shit here too. I was pointing out myself. I was saying I can't believe I was the underdog, which is crazy because I was the underdog in this match. But I ran over to Evan. Well, right before the match, and I understand. I just got my fucking blue belt. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Feeling hot.
yeah, dude. Right before the match, Evan was like, "Hey, man, like, no matter what happens, remember, there's always going to be more matches." And I was like, this fucking guy thinks I'm going to lose, bro. What the fuck? So I fucking ran over there. I was like, I told you everything I said I would be. I'm everything I said I would be. And I was just talking shit, man.
I am him.
No, I am him. This is the message of the show, dude. I'm the guy, bro. Nobody knows about it yet. But yeah, man,
shit.
that was, so then that video got like a bunch of views on Instagram, and I was like, man, I'm going to pull so many hoes, and then I didn't. So that was unfortunate.
Hey, man, that's all right.
This is my purple belt. This one's pretty recent, actually.
We'll do this.
Bringing the energy. I'm hyped up.
Look at you,
All the
dude.
boys are there. Like, this is so many of my buddies came out for this one. This one was so hype.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
I'm sorry. Where was it?
I don't know.
Is this just like a 20? Like, is it an actual match?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah,
it just
yeah,
one
yeah,
side?
yeah, yeah.
Holy
yeah,
shit. Right in
I
it.
cut this video. I cut this video up.
Oh, that's legit, dude.
Yeah, bro. Like,
he tapped.
yeah. He tapped. You could see like it kind of. Yeah, he tapped. He tapped
it
and laid back.
Yeah.
This was hype. I gotta give a shout out to the people who came out.
Yeah, dude.
I just want to shout you out, Jake, Nick, and of course my coach, who's always gonna be there. But
Coach Evan.
yeah, Coach Evan.
What a fucking boss, dude. All right. What is this? Looks
Man,
like
we're
a
just getting
picture.
into the clips. I don't know. I hope it's not a picture. It should be a video.
It's a picture, bro.
Oh well, next one.
Yeah.
Next one. That's
All
unfortunate.
right. What's this one?
This is just a nasty fucking clip, bro. This is dope. This was just a nasty clip, man. Like, it's not even that big of a tournament. It's a little local tournament, bro. But look at this man. It was just a. It's
is
not
that?
cool, man. I don't know. I've never met that. I've never seen that guy in my life. But I don't mean to say
That's
it's
legit, dude.
Yeah, man. Like, it is Here's the thing: is like, as much as this is fucked up, like it's like. You never want to see. You don't want to choke somebody unconscious. You get what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
because
you want them to tap.
You do. You really do. You want them to tap. Like, I'm talking shit. I'm saying it's a cool clip. Like, it is a cool clip, but in reality, like, I got so much respect for anybody who wants to go compete. And like, anytime someone gets choked unconscious, especially if they're asleep for a long time, bro, it really takes a toll on you, man. You're like, fuck, bro. You're like, I hope he's all right. You get what I mean? So
Yeah, because you're doing it at your hands.
yeah, man. I always try and pray. I always pray for my, like, you'll see in a bunch of these videos. I always pray whenever they go to sleep. Just
Wasn't it Mike Tyson that's like, I cry for my opponent?
Yeah,
I think
man.
he said that,
I'll
dude.
I'll take the Mike Tyson comparison. A lot of people say we're similar. You know?
Did you bite someone's ear off yet?
no. Just,
You sent me a bunch of pictures here.
dude, I'm really fucking this shit
All right,
up.
what's this?
This was
Bunch of strobes, ladies walking around with round one.
yeah, man. This is another one of my. This was one of my favorite moments, just because like the crowd was so into this one. Like, I was really hyped up here. I'm like running around. That's my thing, man. Once I do my run, brings me back to my roots. Like, I'm locked in. Like, you could hear the crowd's just going crazy. My team's supporting me. And this was a big moment. This was like,
shit.
This guy was fucking good too.
He's locked in, dude.
Yeah, this guy's locked the fuck in, man. But like, I'm also there. And like, when it comes to these moments, when it comes to the big matches and the big moments, I feel like people either crumble or they rise. Like, I feel the most myself
When you're in this cage.
when I'm in situations like these, bro. When it's time for me to lock in. High pressure, high adrenaline.
So why do you pull half guard when you're getting this set up?
Just because like it's easier to do the choke. So like my game is really dependent upon. It's really not dependent, but my thing is I do this choke, bro. Like,
Yeah, we'll break down the actual choke for like the listeners that want to practice it.
yeah.
And or learn how to not have it done to them.
Well, I can't be giving away my secrets on the pod here, but are the
Sure
rest
can.
of these just pictures?
Yeah. So here
We
go.
got a cool video here. This is a cool clip. This is just I'm just honestly, these are all clips of me just like choking people unconscious. So
Oh, the stiff legs.
yeah, man. Like,
Freaking
some of the
amazing.
other ones I sent you were fucking dope, but I don't know. That one was like, these are all just like short. A bunch of them are pictures though, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, that's
Oh
it.
fuck, that's a cool one. I'll try and send you that one. We'll try and get that one in the pod at some point.
Yeah, if anything, we'll add it to the shorts. I'll do like a collage in the beginning.
Yeah. That would be dope.
Legit.
That would be dope if you got the collage of all the cool ones, because that was one of my favorites.
So I know you don't want to give your trade secrets and have people escape from it, but walk through the process of setting up a baseball choke.
Yeah, man. It's you take your hands, you put them together like this, and then you just spin. But that's the thing, man. It's like a lot of people in the jiu-jitsu community, they don't fuck with it at all, because it's such a risky move where it's like, if you fuck it up, you're giving up your back. You get what I mean? So
Because you're rotating.
yeah, because I feel really confident in my guard. If to do the choke, I have to let them pass my guard, right?
Give up the half.
So I'm giving
Right.
up. I'm giving up guard. I'm giving up my back. And if they get out of the choke, then I'm giving up my back. They're gonna choke.
Can they just rotate with you?
No. What do you mean?
Like, you know what I mean? So if you get the choke in,
Yeah.
you rotate counterclockwise
Mm-hmm.
or clockwise, depending on which
Yeah.
which you prefer, right? Why can't they just follow you?
That's a good question because I belly down. So once I belly down, there's nowhere else for us to go. The mat's in the way, right? So if they try and hop over and then try and spin with me, I'm gonna belly down, and then they're like sinking into the mat. And then if they go this way, they're fucked because they're going into the choke. And
What if you centered your Palpatine?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, dude,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
All I'm saying is there's got to be a way to get out of it.
Yeah, no, dude, there's ways to get out of it. It's just like, I would say like the best way to get out. Okay, it's like this. It's like from this position, I can do a pull-up. So this is a super strong grip,
For
right?
you.
Yeah, for me. Like if you can break this grip as soon as I get it, it's going to be really difficult for me to do the choke. But once I'm here, right? This is where like once I spin and I'm here, you're in a lot of trouble, man. And that's where a lot of people try and teach defenses, right?
Okay.
Is like you
Break the grip.
you need to stop me in the setup. If you stop me in the setup, then I'm not going to be able to do the choke. But once I start spinning, it's going to be really difficult, man. Like you can try and get your posture, but you got like 10 seconds before you go to sleep. So you don't have a lot of time.
So you got the baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baseball choke down.
Yeah.
What's the next one you're working on?
That's a good question. A lot of people ask that. Like,
confidential.
what's the next move? I feel like it's right now. I'm really rounding out my game. Like when I first started, like when I was a white belt and I was even early in my blue belts, like I was just a guard player. I was just a guard player who had a cool trick. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I'm comfortable on my feet. I'm comfortable on top. I'm comfortable on bottom. You get what I mean? I can do Darce chokes. You know, I can do triangles. I really feel like I'm at a point now where it's like anything I put my mind to, I can do. Right? So
Yeah, you've gone from playing 2-dimensional chess to 3-dimensional.
Yeah, man.
That's the good way of.
I really feel like I'm understanding the whole game right now. And I'm at a point where like I understand and I'm just going to add more and more and more pieces onto it, you know? So like the reason why it was like that was the only move is because that was the only move I knew at the time. And now I feel like, let's say for some reason I got someone who I can't baseball choke, I feel like I got like these other 10 things I can do. But
So it's a good way to not get baseball choked is just do a bunch of like trap workouts.
just be strong
and,
as
like,
fuck.
Yo, dude,
Yeah,
what is it called? Joe Rogan talks about it all the time. The neck thing, the neck trainer, where it's like,
Yeah,
you
bro,
go
you're, like,
left and
turning
right.
your head and shit. Yeah, dude, get
Yeah.
the fucking neck trainer, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just have
no,
like a
dude.
fucking tree trunk of a neck.
There's a couple guys, bro, where I'll try and choke him. I'll be like, yo, this guy's just like not passing out for some reason. So
He's got gator neck. He's
no,
just
I know, dude. He's just sitting there looking at me, bro. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. So, jiu-jitsu's you're gonna ascend up the ranks of jiu-jitsu, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's ADC,
ADCC, yup.
ADCC. What else is there?
ADCC, and then there's Pans, and then there's Jiu-Jitsu Con, and there's Worlds. But
Which one would you say is like the most like top dog? If I can make it gold medal, that's where I'm shooting for.
That's a good question. ADCC is the biggest. It's like Pans and ADCC.
Okay.
Those are the two biggest. But I like in my head, I'd love to win both of those. You get what I mean?
So here's like, and this is one problem that I have with jiu-jitsu. I love the belt system. I love the promotion process and everything.
Uh-huh.
I think it incentivizes people to continue with the art. When it comes to competitions, I love the fucking UFC for the fact that they don't give a fuck
Yeah.
what level you are in BJJ.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care what level you are in Muay Thai. They just want to see you perform.
They just let you
right?
go at it. Yeah, man.
And part of what I want to get to is like, I wish there was like a call out system. Like, hey, you and me, I don't care if you're a black belt. I'll still whoop your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I feel it's just a belt, you know? I feel that way a lot.
Ooh.
Like there's been a lot of guys, there's a lot of black belts that like I feel like
You could whoop their ass.
yeah, man. Well, yeah. I do feel that way. I do feel that way. Like, here's the thing, bro. People get this idea in their head, and it also fucks people's training up too. They get this idea in their head, like, I'm a black belt, I should be able to fuck all these guys up, and that's just not the case, bro. It's just a color. You get what I mean? Like, it's really not that big of a deal, and that's why I like ADCC is because they don't any belt. It's like that. There's no belts. It's you sign up if you're over. I think it's like you're over 16. If you're over 16, you sign up and you go compete. So, yeah.
Is the UFC in your future?
I don't know, man. I did a lot of Muay Thai. I won't lie. My this is the thing, Matt. If we're, I'm gonna be transparent with you here. I did a lot of Muay Thai, and my grappling is pretty good, but no,
Striking's not there.
No, my striking's good. I won't lie. Like I feel pretty good at striking, but it's nowhere near the UFC striking level that it needs to be. My jiu-jitsu game, I can be one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the world. For my striking game, I honestly, it was like my first passion, but I haven't done it in so long. I haven't even hit pads in like 2 years. It's been like 2 years since I hit pads. So
you're gonna stick with the jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I can be a UFC. Like I'm not fucking Conor McGregor, bro. You know, but I am Josiah James. I'll say that. I am Josiah James Garcia. but look, like I genuinely, I feel like my jiu-jitsu can be one of the best in the world, and I believe that.
So is there a, and I know we chatted offline about this shit, but I wish there was like some sort of streaming service that amped up jiu-jitsu as much as UFC, because I'm sure you watch UFC fights all the time, and I get pumped when they go to the ground. I know a lot of guys are like, "Come on, fucking stand up and punch him," and I'm like, "Dude, no! Like this is where the real nitty gritty goes." So I just wish there was a streaming service like ESPN that picked up some sort of other streaming service and broadcasted this shit.
Yeah, it's getting bigger, man. My thing, I think you gotta promote the people. You know, I feel like
Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, like Gordon Ryan does a fantastic job at like getting people to give a fuck about what he's doing, and like he's so good at like jiu-jitsu, so that's part of it. But also, I feel like there are jiu-jitsu promotions, but they just focus on the pure art of it, you know. And I feel like what the UFC does such a good job of is like getting you connected to the people behind the art, and I feel like I think if jiu-jitsu was gonna, be as big as UFC one day, I think that's the key is create characters that people care about and have them go against each other,
So the character of Josiah started off as a hobby, got really fucking good, and was like, holy shit, I can climb this mountain.
Yeah, man. I don't even know what happened. I just happened to be the fucking guy. So I was like, nah, but here's the reality of what it is. It's like, look, it's something I'm really passionate about. And I feel like if you're passionate about something, right? If you have a genuine passion for something and you feel like, oh, I'm not going to pursue this passion because I'm afraid I'm going to fail, then you're a fucking idiot, bro. Like, what are you doing? You get what I mean? Then you're doing yourself a disservice. You get what I'm saying? Like, I have so much passion for the sport, so of course I'm going to pursue that. That's just common sense. And I don't see how a lot of other people, I don't see how people will be like, man, I really love this, but I'm gonna go be an engineer because I feel like that's the smart decision, and that's the thing. But like, money is a factor, but I think you can make it. I think you can make it work. That's just my outlook on the world, though. Like maybe that's not the smartest way of looking at it, but I'm just gonna make it work, just like anybody else.
Well, I think a lot of people get worried about like the financial implications, right? Yeah. Like you found a passion in this, and then you found a way to make money off it as a job too.
Yeah, man, I'm actually pretty blessed, man. Not a lot of people can make money, like especially at my age. I'm just like I have the ability to do this full time. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I can pursue jiu-jitsu as a career full time and make money. A lot of people, they go to their like shitty 9-to-5 job and then they train once a day after that, and they got these big goals and they don't have the opportunity to pursue them. You get what I mean? And it's unfortunate, and I'm lucky that I got in when I was young and that I got working there when I was young. So now I'm making money doing jiu-jitsu and pursuing my passion full time, which is lucky.
So how does like traveling and stuff like that work out? Do you do you partner with sponsorships to cover the costs and shit like that?
Yeah, so my gym pays for my gym pays for all my flights, all my hotels, any big tournament. So like every time we go to Vegas, it's all covered by the gym. Like they really hook me up. Like this is the thing, man. They really believe in what I'm trying to pursue. You get what I mean? So they're dumping loads of money into me, but like that's because they believe it's gonna pay off for them in the end, you know? And and I have a great connection with all of them. Like they really care about me. I really care about them too.
On a personal level.
Yeah, on a personal level, we're super close. But like, you know, I'm not on an island by myself over here thinking I'm gonna be the best guy ever and I'm the only one who believes in it. Like, you know. There's a bunch of people who believe in me, and there's a bunch of people who are supporting me and flying me out to these big tournaments, paying for my hotels. They're flying me out here to Canada to go train with one of the best guys, you know? So, like, I really have a great support system around me, you know?
Who's the best guy?
Like, right now in jiu-jitsu or, like?
I guess, like, everyone's good in their own aspect, right? Like.
Best guy right now.
Like, I would say Royce Gracie, right?
Yeah?
Fuck.
What do you mean, fuck?
Like, talk about the guy that brought it to the limelight.
All right, for me.
Right? Well, hold up. What I'm saying is, like, even though he was great and he brought so many fundamentals to the game, you still have other people who are great in a similar aspect that bring different aspects to the game. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So who's the best right now?
It would be a lie for me not to say Gordon Ryan, but I'm going to say Majid H.
Okay.
I like Majid H.
Why is
H,
that?
just because he's fucking smoking weed the day before the tournament and then fucking winning. Like, he's him. Like,
they don't do drug tests?
Nah, they don't. No, you could do steroids. You could do whatever you want. They don't give a fuck, bro. And I'll tell you what. I'm clean, man. I promise you I'm clean. Well, look at me. Of course I'm fucking clean. But
for the camera.
Almost 90% of these guys are on steroids. I'm wearing long sleeves.
I'm
right
not
now.
clean. I'm on TRT.
Yeah,
I'm not steroids. Bro.
Everybody, I feel like everybody but me is on TRT, bro. So like, I don't know.
Get with me. I can get you a contact.
No, dude, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No way, man. No way. Well, I don't know. Here's my thing. When I'm older, maybe. When I'm older, right now I'm good. I don't need it right now. But like, speaking back to like who's the best guys, Gordon Ryan is obviously the best jiu-jitsu guy, hands down. It's like not even a debate. There's no question about it. He's the best guy.
Is it because he just brings a lot to the game? Because I know like people tune into his matches a lot. And on the same note, I know I already mentioned it before. Where do people turn into your shit if you want people to watch you?
Yeah, man. Like, that's a good question. I just made
the S&E podcast. That's
yeah,
what. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, dude. Hey, shout out the S&E podcast for a minute though.
Heyo.
Follow my Instagram, Josiah the Ghost. You can look at me on Instagram, then you can look me up on Flow Grappling, Josiah Jame Garcia. Those are the best ways to get my videos.
And since we're doing shout outs, I did mention TRT. I go to Endless Health and Wellness. It's in Aurora area off of Parker Road. Highly recommend for anybody in the Denver metro area. They'll constantly check your blood levels and make sure that you are healthy while optimizing your hormone levels.
Yeah, man, get shredded.
I haven't worked out in like 2 months.
You're
man.
jacked, bro.
And yeah,
is it just the TRT?
It's just TRT. Yeah, and it stays at like healthy levels, man. And this kind of transitions into I think if you look at the trend over generations, I think the food that we eat and the plastics that they're introducing to us, I think they're trying to make us less masculine. And as a result, it's dropped the natural levels of male testosterone across the board. So it's like you almost have to do TRT to maintain optimal levels.
Yeah, bro. Don't even get me started on this, bro, because the government's fucked. everything's cooked, bro. Like, they're doing all kinds of shit, man. But I agree, bro. Like, look at you. You see those videos of people in the 70s? They're fucking jacked. Everybody's jacked.
Dude, everyone at the fucking beach.
Yeah,
everyone
dude.
at the beach is a solid 8 or 9.
No, I know,
And
bro.
I'm like, what the fuck?
And then you see fucking dudes looking around looking like fucking skeletons nowadays. It's like
Well, I call them apples. They're either skeletons or they're apples, right?
Yeah,
apples
yeah.
being like they're really big up top, but they're not like jacked big.
Mm-hmm.
They might be able to lift a lot of weight, but they're not healthy, bro. You talk about that fat
Yeah.
or just bloat or whatever it is, and then you look at their tiny little legs and it's like, good God, dude, how do those calves
Yeah, man.
or thighs maintain that upper body. And I know it's not just the fact that they're dodging out on leg day, because I know I talk to a lot of the guys. They love leg day. The problem is their hormones are all fucked up. And I think, again, it goes back to the processed foods and everything else like that, man. And like my oldest, Ezra, that you helped train.
Yeah.
Bro, he's got ADHD out the wazoo.
Yeah.
That like Rad 9 or Rad 6 or something like that for red dye sets him off the fucking wall, bro. We did a quick little like trial run of like not giving him any red dye whatsoever. And then we gave him Kool-Aid, red Kool-Aid. It was like liquid cocaine to this kid.
Yeah.
Just fucking like, you think he's wild natural, dude? Give him some of that shit, he's going to win the comp.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy what they like. Dude, you look at your fucking energy drinks, bro, and it's like you don't even understand what half of those things are, you know? Like the things they're putting, like look, this is what I do. You just got to eat like natural. You get what I mean? Like I fuck up once in a while. I won't lie, but I try and eat like chicken, rice, steak, just meat and carbs. Get your protein, get your carbs, and you'll be good, you know?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people buy processed shit, man. And some of that comes down to like, I know it's affordability, right?
Yeah.
Like I know at the end of the day you can't always eat clean, and organic is hard. But I feel like even if you just eat, I did an all meat diet in January. I think January is like not like vegan month or something like that. So Joe Rogan got me onto it. Shout out to the Joe Rogan podcast, but I'm coming for you, Joe. I'm going to be big one day. And but I did all meat, and it actually, because Endless Health and Wellness does my blood levels almost every month on the way up, it caused a blip in my testosterone levels, meaning like I was naturally sitting at probably 400, 500. Optimal is like 1,200, right? And for the month prior, I was at probably, I don't know, 1,100 or something like that. And then January came, and then the measurements in February, my levels were like 1,800. So like high enough to where they're like, whoa, did you save up on dosage and dose yourself? Like what's going, because I do my own injections. They're like, what is going on? And I was like, oh, well, I changed my diet to only eating meat, and then I eat potatoes and then rice. That is literally all I ate. No sugars. No, I cut out alcohol that month. It was almost like a sober October, with the exception of like every now and then red wine. But yeah, so I cut out all that shit, and dude, my levels fucking skyrocketed. And I try to tell people, I'm like, listen, you can up your testosterone levels to within a certain degree. I think the microplastics still fuck with us. I think the average human eats in America a credit card worth of plastic every single week. It's fucking crazy, dude.
That is, huh?
Crazy. And I think the government is trying to emasculate us. They're trying to make us more feminine because they're afraid of strong, dominant men standing up against them. So they're just like, oh, let's make them a little pacifist and reduce their testosterone levels, and they'll be less motivated. They'll work their 9 to 5. They'll be depressed, but then the pharmaceutical companies gain because then we can give them antidepressants. And then their insurance companies will pay them antidepressants. We'll pocket some of this as lawmakers and everything else like that to make sure that these toxins get introduced to the food chain. That way people are depressed. Dude, where do you sit on all that?
Yeah, bro, like the government's fucked. Like
Straight facts.
No, like here's the thing, bro. I think honestly, the entire thing is like, if you look at like America, you get what I mean? Everything here is just like not even just America, but if you look in general, like everything is a distraction. You get what I mean? Like your phone is a distraction. The video that you guys are watching, if you see this on Instagram Reels, bro, like it's all distracting you from whatever purpose you're trying to do. Like if you look at TV, if you look at movies, if you look at everything, it's all trying to distract you. And it's like, well, what the fuck are we trying to get distracted from? You get what I mean? Like there's something going on, man. And it's like everybody acts like it's completely normal, and it's like nobody's going to do shit about it. Like, look at your phone, bro. Like, Facebook had to pay a bunch of fucking money for taking all your data, bro. And everybody jokes about it. Everybody's fucking around. Oh, you know, like, I fucking said this and now ads are popping up on my phone. But like, why are we laughing? Like, why are we huh? Like, I think if you look at like cows, you just hurdle them and they just keep fucking walking. That's us. There's those elite groups of people and they control everything else. You get what I mean? And they're all fucking Satanists. You got like, you know about Bohemian Grove?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, dude,
bro.
I know exactly about Bohemian
And we're all
Grove.
just sitting here thinking like, oh, I'm going to fucking scroll Instagram today. You know, like, dude, these people are fucking pretending to sacrifice a child to an owl god. And we're just sitting here like, wow, I wonder what I'm going to do today. I wonder what Instagram video I'm going to look at today.
Yum, yum, yum ice cream.
Yeah,
it's so
bro.
delicious.
It's
Yum, yum,
crazy,
yum.
man. Nah, it's actually crazy. Like, I won't lie. Like there's like the top of the elites and they run the whole thing. I don't need.
Bro,
like,
have you
even,
watched
like,
Black Mirror?
Nah, bro. I've heard
Dude,
about
I'm talking like you want to start sketching. So all the listeners that are listening in right now, or even viewers, take a minute, break away from this. If you're working out, keep working out. I got faith in you, bro or girl. Keep on lifting that weight. But if you're just listening in, or if this is like a short, break away. Stop. Take a breather. Go look outside. Look at some clouds. Go say hey to somebody that you've never met before. There is a world outside of your phone that you are missing. And when you blink your eye and you are 70 years old, you're going to look back on all this time that is spent on your phone. Break away from the matrix for a minute and then come back, please. My views and watch hours appreciate it.
Yeah, man, go outside, bro. Yeah.
But going to this like big arching Black Mirror episode, did you ever? How often do you read?
Oh, dude, I don't believe in books. No, I'm joking. No, not often. Not very
I know you're
often.
probably busy, and,
No, I'm
and like
busy.
just like
I'm
myself,
busy, but
like
it's also,
audiobooks
like-
are good too, man.
Yeah, I'm busy, but it's also like there's so many more engaging things to do than sit there and fucking crack open a book and read it, you know. But maybe that's just me. You get what I mean? But it's
I'm gonna
like,
get you dialed in because how often do you drive? How far is your drive to work?
It's about 30 minutes. I drive 30 minutes. I live in the Springs, so I drive about 30 minutes.
I'm gonna get you hooked up.
Okay.
Because I'm going to get you to listen to audiobooks. I'm going to give you some books to listen to. Self-help books, like management, leadership books, but then also sociology books, right? Like 1984 is huge. 1984, I feel like if you haven't listened to that book or read that book, you need to listen or read that book. Because I'm telling you, bro, we are slowly but surely going into the realm of 1984. And it's scary.
Okay. What do you mean by that? Like expand.
So in the book, the government controls puppeteers, like you said, the people. Now, granted, when this guy wrote this book, I think it was like, I don't know, 1940s, 1950s. So he wrote it as a future dystopian book. 1984 came and went. Nothing happened too crazy. What we're living in today is very 1984. It's George Orwell. In the example of there's the thought police. So the thought police will come after you if you are thinking anything against the government.
Mm-hmm.
There's a global pandemic that will remain to be nameless because of the YouTube algorithm flagging it. But there was a global pandemic. And if you said anything against the government in regards to that global pandemic, boom, what did they do? They fucking silenced you. They banned your account.
Yeah.
It was the thought police. And everybody said, oh, well, we don't want to spread misinformation. And we want to make sure that we're spreading the right information. Get the fuck out of here. I'm all for like saying somebody's spreading this misinformation, but at the same time, rebuttal that. Show me what documents you have. Right? So 1984, there's the thought police. In the same book, there's the TV that you listen to watches you. Bro, what do we have?
We're living it.
We fucking live in it, bro. And that's what I'm saying is like all these people are just lolly-dolly, like everything is fine. And like, I get it. I've got my phone. I'm not sponsored by them, but ExpressVPN, lock your shit, bro. The government doesn't need to be looking at my internet traffic.
Did you turn this into an ad? Was that?
I'm not sponsored by them.
Oh, I thought you.
This is like legitimately. I use ExpressVPN because they're easy and they're affordable and they can use it on your phone and your email. Still not sponsored by them.
Yeah, that is such a plug. They're easy, affordable.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, you're about to get me canceled,
legit.
man. Like, this whole thing is crazy. Like, and it all comes from this place of like, people try and act like there's this impossible standard that everybody has to live by. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, when you were a kid, half of the shit that you said as a kid, you would fucking be ridiculed.
Bro,
for
you'd
saying
be
now.
canceled in
You'd
a
be canceled
heartbeat.
in fucking 30 seconds. But here's the thing. This is the truth. This is the reality. Is nobody really gives a fuck. Like, I've never met anybody who actually is like, really like, you can't do this, you can't say that, you can't do this. You get what I mean? Everybody just got like convinced that
everyone is on this moral high ground of
exactly.
I am holier than thou, and I have never made a mistake in my life. And if you fucked up, we're gonna stake you to the cross. And it's just not fucking fair.
I know, man. Nobody's real anymore. Nobody speaks the truth. You know, you could say a lot of things about me. Like, you could say I'm cocky, or you could say I'm a prick or whatever, but I only speak the truth, man. Like, whatever's on my mind is what you're going to get, like a heart on my sleeve. And, you know, nobody's willing to do that anymore. That's just something that's gone. Like, that's a dying breed of person, especially in my generation. Everybody's so fake. Everybody is one way around one group and another way around another group because they're worried about.
Bro, let's get into like talk about fakeness, right? How many women are getting lip fillers? How many are getting Botox? And I'm not talking about older women. I'm talking about like 20, 30. They're getting all this cosmetic shit done to them. And it's like, bro, you are in your prime. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you subjecting yourself to all these surgeries, all these fillers, all this fakeness, when you could just be your authentic self and you will absolutely be gorgeous?
That's good. I think it's because a lot of people are really insecure because social media has created like an impossible standard for what you have to be. You get what I mean? Yeah. And that's the thing. It's everybody's best angle. Like, if you you can't compare yourself to people you see on Instagram or people you see on YouTube or people you see on the internet, because they're only showing you the best side of them. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing. People are always seeing the best side of people, and they see their positives and negatives and feel like they have to change those things to meet to that impossible standard. But I don't know, man. I really don't notice. Like, if somebody had fake boobs, I couldn't point it out if they hit me in the face, bro. Like, I'm being dead serious.
Well, it's because
I don't
you're
notice.
young.
I just don't notice the shit. Like, I don't notice lip fillers, none of that. Like, I really don't have an eye for it, man. Like, I don't know. It's just.
That's fair. I do agree with you with the social media shit, man. But like I said, it goes back to being unplugged. Is like, I hike a lot. Mm-hmm. When I feel like life is getting fucking crazy, and I get it. If I go on Instagram, like, even I made this fucking video the other day, and I'll plug it in here, but I'll show you it real quick. Like, I made this 56-second video. Check this shit out, dude. It looks like I'm living the high life, right? Oh, here, turn the volume up. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, boom, transition, awesome transition. Shout out to myself. Right? And it's a bunch of snowboarding and like cool shit and partying with my buddies. Bro, this was like, and now granted, this was like a legit 4-day vacation and stuff, right? Like, I get it. People see this and think it's every day of my life. And it's not. It's not every day of my life. This is a 4-day, once a year trip that I made with my bros, right? But I post that to Instagram, and when I get it posted to Instagram, what does everyone see? Oh, that shit. Clip, oh shit. Matt's living his best life, going up the brick every single day. This is just a glimpse, but he's doing this every day. And that's not the reality. And even if people are posting like bikini at Bahamas, chances are that was probably only a week trip that they worked their ass off for, and they're just staggering the uploads, right? I do it all the time. I stagger the uploads. That way it keeps the algorithm happy, and we're all plugged into the matrix, consuming all of this media. And it's I get it. I'm a producer of the Matrix. I assist with providing content, whatever little people listen into, right? But at the same time, I'm telling people just unplug, like consume, but unplug. It's nice. It's nice going on Instagram, scrolling through funnies. I call them my funnies. Scrolling through the funnies and looking at it and stuff. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you still have to connect with people. You still have to connect with nature. You've got to get away from all this shit, bro. Because if you don't, you're gonna be fucked in the head.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, what is the hardest? So you're a cop. Can we talk about this? You're comfortable talking about this?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Just don't say where I work.
Okay, I won't say anything. What has been? Oh, fuck. You got a story you can tell me? You got a crazy story? Just something good. Like, what has been the most, the craziest thing that's happened to you since you, bro? You're out there in the fucking field. You get what I mean?
Do you want it to get dark or do you want it to stay light?
I'm gonna leave that up to you, man. I'm comfortable with it getting dark though. Like, let's get deep with it.
Yeah. So there was a call in, I can say the place because it was my previous place, but Durham, North Carolina, and there was a gentleman who shot his 10-month-old baby, and then shot his baby mama. They were not married. Both fatally, and then first responders on the scene got to see him shoot himself in the head, and that was a pinnacle moment in my life in the sense of he ended up surviving because of first aid that was provided, and it was a pinnacle moment in my life when I really struggled with faith, right? Of like, I always felt like God would do his will on this earth. And when that happened, I really questioned whether or not God was even real. Mm-hmm. Like, why is this omnipotent, omnipresent being putting me through this and then putting the family through this? And like, it just didn't make sense with everything I believed in. I have since refound God, and refound being like gone back. And God, I mean the Trinity, like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. So Christianity. And in doing that, it's been interesting as far as like my process through that. That can be a whole podcast, but I'll wait to come on yours because you'll probably start one soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was like a really dark moment, but then a really beautiful moment was like I talked a girl off of, you know, a three-story building that wanted to end her life, mm-hmm. you know, and just talking to her. It seemed like forever. It ended up being like 4 hours that I was just talking back and forth with her, and we didn't have normally we'd call it a negotiator. And the negotiators go through the FBI training of negotiation and everything, but for whatever reason, we didn't have one. And this was also in Durham, and it was just, you know, that moment where she, you know, took her legs off of the balcony and said, "Okay, I'm coming down."
That was you, yeah. Like, yeah.
And like, she's doing great. I still every now and then stay in contact with her. Like, I send her an email, mm-hmm. And you know, just wish her like, hope you're doing well. Yeah. And you know, she's since had a kid. This was holy shit, like 6 years ago, yeah. Right? So like, you have those dark moments, but then you have those really beautiful moments. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm sure in your jiu-jitsu experience, you're gonna have those dark moments, those failures, and the failure for me was, I felt as though we didn't get there in time. I felt like, and you play the what if game, and I'm sure you've experienced this after competitions of like, fuck, have you ever lost before?
Yeah, man, that's a good question. It fucking sucks. Yeah, of course I played the what if game, you know, of like, what if I did this or what if I did that, and you know, it is what it is. It happens. You get what I mean? Yeah. But it fucking sucks. Like, it feels like you just got cut by a knife. It's
yeah,
so quick.
It's the same. And I know to listeners or people outside of law enforcement or people even in jiu-jitsu, it may seem like these two incidents are so separated because of the severity, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I've gone through therapy for that call and everything else like that. But the severity seems so large. But the human instinct and the human feeling in the chaos that is life, your brain processes that shit the same way. Failure is failure. Trauma comes a little. It's a little like, I call it the salt. You know, like who's that salt guy with the steaks and shit? You know what I'm talking about?
He throws a little gold.
But yeah, he
salt
says a little gold salt on his forearms, and his sweat goes onto your steak. But, you know, the trauma is a little bit of salt that you have to work through with law enforcement. I get that. But the failure is still very real. So when people are saying, like, oh, I wonder what it feels like for a cop when they go to a really bad call, it's failure. If you felt failure before, you know how that cop feels. Externally, we have to keep it all in. And that's the hard part, is we hold it all in until that call is over. And if you are healthy, you find another coworker, your spouse, or a friend that you confide in. Because if you just hold all that shit in, and I did it for 6 years, if you hold all that shit in, it just festers. It's not good. You get very angry at the world. You get very, and same thing, like if in jiu-jitsu, right? Like if you have a failure and you hold on to that, you will start to believe you are a failure. Same sensation. Same sensation of going in that mental, I call it the hamster wheel, but you keep on replaying the same incident over and over and over again, but there's no progression. So you replay this failure in your head and you're like, wow, I am a failure. I really fucked up on that. I didn't do as well as I thought I could, or I didn't do this, or I didn't do that. And same thing with uses of force. You mentioned earlier in this podcast, you pray for the person that you're competing against. In law enforcement, I train through Gracie's survival tactics, GST, and that's something our agency utilizes as far as the use of force or arrest control. And I'm an instructor in it. The difference with competitions is your competition knows what they're getting into. My competition has no clue what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Every encounter that I have might turn into a comp that I have to win, period. That doesn't mean that, and the use of force is much higher, right? Like you're limited. You can't strike somebody.
Yeah.
I can strike somebody.
Yeah.
And the ideology is every time you get struck or like knocked in the head, you drop a belt level, right?
Yeah, man. Everything's different when like strikes are involved, you know. But like that's the other thing about like even like this isn't talked about enough. Like street fight situations it's like. I'll tell you a story. I was at a bar and I'm talking to this chick and my friend is telling her, he's like, this is my boy right here. And he's the best fucking fighter in the world. Okay? He's the fucking guy. He's the best fucking fighter I've ever met in my entire life. You get what I mean? And I'm sitting there like, well, you know, I'm not going to fucking disagree with the man. You get what I mean? And then these two like fucking big ass women start fucking throwing down in the bar. And I was talking to this chick the whole night. I fucking grabbed her shoulders. I fucking ducked behind her. I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I was like, they scrapping over there. But here's the thing, man. Like, what I'm doing, and this is why it's so much different than what you're doing, and it's almost uncomparable. It's like what I'm doing is I'm competing, you know, in a like, look, it's dangerous. You could break your arm. You could break your fucking knees, you know, arms. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Choke somebody unconscious. You get what I'm saying?
In competitions.
In competitions, all of these things can happen. But the difference is if you're in a street scenario, I feel like not a lot of people realize this, is you don't know if you're fighting for your life or not. Because if you get knocked out and someone stomps on your fucking head, you know, you're fucking cooked, bro. You're not.
Do you know how much pressure it takes to crack someone's skull?
Not a lot. I'm assuming not a lot.
If anybody wants to try, take a watermelon, put it on the ground, and stomp on it as hard as you can. That is a human skull, to a certain extent.
Yeah, man. Like it's a different realm. It's
scary,
really a different
man.
realm.
It
you
truly,
get what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's something that's overlooked by a lot of people in the public, and I appreciate you bringing this up. And this isn't a podcast about me. I still want to focus on you and you becoming him.
I know, we got to get to that.
No,
I'm joking.
But legitimately, like I try to train as much jiu-jitsu as I am feasibly possible to do when it comes to my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I know there might come a day that I go against someone that's completely unhinged, right?
Yeah.
Someone who, you ever watch that Instagram reel where he's like, grab his dick and twist it?
Yeah.
The good old dick twist.
Yeah.
Like,
just an MMA
that
fight.
shit.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. This is an MMA fight. But that shit's real in a street fight. Eye gouging is real.
Yeah.
The Mount in Game of Thrones popping the dude's melon by shoving his fingers through his eyeballs.
Yeah.
That shit's real.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a certain, I pray for anybody that I have to fight against. Not because I'm going to F them up. I'm truly not. And especially since being a father, I was in law enforcement when I was 22 years old. I was in the military at the age of 18, turned 19. I have been in the realm of killing other people. Warfare is a little bit understandable. Warfare, I understand warfare more than I understand law enforcement interactions. Mostly because even if you don't want to be there, you agreed to be there. Meaning like your country sent you there, my country sent me there, and we're both agreeing to kill each other on mutual grounds to a certain extent, right? There's Geneva Convention is what I'm saying. But with law enforcement, the use of force that I've had to use was, I need to get back to my wife. Like, I need to get back to Kaylee. And those thoughts come in my head. And at the same time, when I became a father, the thoughts that I had when I didn't have children was, this person wants to get back to their significant other or their parents, right? That's their, I guess, motive in this fight. Whereas now that I have a child, and this is going to choke me up a little bit, I interact with everybody that I know, even you. Like, even if we roll in jiu-jitsu, I view you as Ezra. You are a child. You are someone's child.
Oh, yeah.
That's in the arms of me for whatever the reason. And I want to mitigate any trauma, any injury that I can to you, even if you're trying to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Killing you is the last resort that I'll ever go to. I will try everything in my power to not kill you.
Yeah.
But to subdue you under whatever the means are, right? And that's just because now that I am a father, that extension of, this person is just a 5-year-old that just wanted to be cuddled while they watched a movie on the couch. Whatever life happened with that person, they're still at the root that 5-year-old, right? And so now, even jiu-jitsu, like before children, I could hurt people, no problem. Like, they would try to hurt me, I'd be like, okay, I'm justified in hurting you.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I have a child, even if they hurt me, I try to mitigate the injuries that person sustains. And that's why I'm so motivated in, again, my agency uses GST, the Gracie Survival Tactics. So I'm so motivated. They have an online platform that I can utilize. Every single night, I at least watch one video and go through like a shadow motion of whatever technique it is, because I'm so motivated to mitigate the injury to an individual should I have to fight them.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I want to say, like, who's that? He was recent on the Sean Ryan podcast. There's a UFC fighter, Army Special Forces guy. Do you listen to Sean Ryan or no?
Nah.
He was recently on the podcast, and let me see if I can find it. He talks about the dog and the dog in him. And, oh man, come on. I want to find it, dude. It's just a bunch of pictures of Sean. Shout out to Sean Ryan podcast. I listen to him a lot. And, okay, Tim Kennedy? Yeah, Tim Kennedy. And
that sounds familiar. Sounds familiar.
He was a UFC fighter for a while, and he talks about the dog in him. And I get it. I would be remiss if I didn't say I have the ability to disassociate, based on training. Like if you told me there are really bad people in this house, I need you to go in and kill them.
Mm-hmm.
I could disassociate enough to do whatever you told me to do and not think of every person as a child. I'm going to need a lot of therapy after that.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at in my life right now. I could do the task, but I know the mental implications that come with it. And the same thing goes with jiu-jitsu. Even when we're like open matting it, right? And people are going hard, real fucking hard, for a gym setting. And I'm like, bro, this ain't a comp.
Yeah.
Like, even then, I find myself holding back on, and it's not fatigue or anything else like that. It's truly holding back on the sense of, I don't want to hurt this person.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you can talk a little bit about open mat and etiquette in open mat settings.
Yeah, like, I feel
have you ever been fucked up on an open mat and it's stopped you from progressing in jiu-jitsu?
I wouldn't say this. I wouldn't say I've ever been like stopped from progressing because I got fucked up on an open mat. I feel like honestly, like if somebody really fucks me up bad, I just know that it took them a lot of work to be able to do that, and I have a lot of respect for that person. But honestly, like if somebody like goes in there and submits me 5 fucking times, I feel like I'm like, he's fucking good. I wanna roll with him more. You get what I mean?
Yeah, learn him.
Yeah. But like, I don't have other like you do jiu-jitsu to help you be a better police officer. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I do jiu-jitsu to get better at jiu-jitsu. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like you have things that like if you have someone who's like coming in and fucking people up, like it's interfering with your job. It's interfering with your responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? Now I will say there isn't a place to like, and I'm a firm believer of this. Like if you're ripping arm bars at 100% and you're ripping heel hooks at 100%, and that's the only way you could finish them, you fucking suck at finishing arm bars and you suck at finishing heel hooks. You get what I mean? Like if you don't have enough control that you need and try as hard as you can to finish a submission, then your finishing mechanics aren't very good. So like there's a difference between, in my head, I feel like getting technically fucked up and someone going extremely, extremely hard for no reason. You get what I mean? Yeah. But that's something I still haven't been able to get over, and that's like it's a hard mountaintop. It's like or it's a hard mountain to climb is to be able to be like, hey man, we're training. Why are you going this hard? You get what I mean? For me, I have such a problem.
So you're saying you struggle with telling somebody like, hey, dude, chill out a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's like, we'll just go. Like, I'll just go as hard as I can, and they'll just go as hard as they can. You get what I mean? Like, but like that's, if you look at that, like, and this is something that, Rob Bernanke talks about this. He's a really good jiu-jitsu coach and competitor. He was like, a lot of people think that's the way to train is you train as hard as you fucking can. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then like most people who get far, they train as hard as they can 6 days a week and they pick up a strength and conditioning coach. You get what I mean? But like if you're going super, super hard, you're not really developing any of your skills other than the skills that you're the best at.
You're talking like the finesse of jiu-jitsu.
I'm not even talking about the finesse. I'm just saying like every single time I roll, I'm not rolling to submit somebody as hard as I can. I'm trying to develop skills. And once you look at your training as skill development is when you really start to progress really quickly. And it's hard because you can't do that as a white belt. And even as a blue belt, like you're just figuring shit out. Like you only know like let's say you're a blue belt, you only know triangles. You're going to go for a bunch of triangles. You get what I mean? But as you get better, every time I roll, I'm thinking about like, how can I get better? I look at it like these are the skills I'm efficient at, and these are the skills I need to develop. So let me do this so I can develop this skill. You get what I mean? So
yeah, can I go on a quick little tangent about my issues with jiu-jitsu and instructors?
I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it.
So if I told you to slice a corner and take your corner, would you know what I was talking about?
No.
Right.
Chance.
Part of my problem, and I understand it. Like if you're going to dive yourself into a martial art, you really have to learn the lingo. But like when people talk about tripod sweeps, triangles, guillotines, what else? Fuck, armbar, even an armbar, Americana, Kimura or Kimura. All of those sayings, dude, I still fuck up Kimuras all the time. I'm like, I feel like Ron Swanson, or not Ron Swanson. Fuck, what's his name from Anchorman? Where he's like, yeah, Ron Swanson. Where he's like, no, it's Ricky Bobby. God, dude, I'm all fucked up. So he's like, what do I do with my hands?
Yeah.
Every time I go for a Kimura grip, I'm like, hold up. And I literally, as I'm rolling, it's this fucking wheels that are turning. And I know it'll get better as I progress and keep doing it. But sometimes it's when you say certain lingo and assume everybody understands, you lose some of those white belts, maybe some of the blue belts. The blue belts that are really good at the foundations, frames, alignment, levers, but say they just don't know what a Kimura is, right? I don't think that's possible for a blue belt, but let's just go with it. You know, I think you lose a lot of the involvement, or like there's a little bit of humility there of like, do I raise my hand and ask, or do I just kind of like look around and kind of figure this out when I do the roll? And then, well, do I call the lead instructor over and say like, hey, I'm just not understanding this? And then it becomes more of a one-on-one. So that's kind of like it's not independent gym occurrence. This happens even though I'm a GST instructor. So a lot of what I teach is the fundamentals of like how to arrest somebody, which is different than jiu-jitsu, but they utilize jiu-jitsu techniques. And it's something I take into consideration when I'm teaching people that aren't interested. When people show up to a jiu-jitsu gym, they're interested. I'm teaching people that are not interested. They're like, no, I'm a Krav guy through and through. I'm going to whoop their ass until they submit. And that's their ideology. And, you know, so I've got to compete with that as an instructor and keep it so simple that anybody that's not even interested in jiu-jitsu can understand it. So that's part of the issue that I've seen with jiu-jitsu nowadays is a lot of like, hey, we're gonna go over, we'll even go over a triangle, right? Like, hey, we're gonna go over a triangle, and assuming everybody in the class understands the basics, right? Like the mechanics of actually the purpose of shifting your body 90 degrees to the individual. Like, and I know people get bored with book work. I love that shit personally. I feel like if you're going to get really good at something, you got to understand like what you're doing to the human physiology to make them tap, make them unconscious, or make them rendered safe, right? But I feel like that's something that gyms kind of overlook. What do you think?
Yeah, man, Yeah, like there's a lot of beginners. Like you were talking about, like worried about asking questions. Like my coach always says, there's no stupid questions. There's just stupid people. So, like, I think you should always be good to ask questions. But yeah, it's a lot. Like it's a lot to take in. You get what I mean? Like, and there's no right way to do jiu-jitsu either. You get what I'm saying? Like there's no proper way to do it. So I feel like every jiu-jitsu instructor is like, here's this move, this move, this move. And if you come next week, you'll learn this move, this move, this move. And what's so cool is I feel like you develop your own jiu-jitsu. Like, it's just like they're just pushing a bunch of information at you, and then you just start picking your game out of all this information.
It's like a Lego set.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a Lego set. Like you just figure out what works for you, man. And that's, it's a combat sport. You get what I mean? Like, it's not like basketball where it's like, you know, you should shoot like this. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's scrambles. There's situations where it's like, this isn't going to work for you, but this will, and you got to figure it out. You get what I mean? So, like, there's no right way to do it, I feel like. I don't know. That wasn't a very good answer, but.
No, I think that I think it covers a lot of the ask questions and knowing that the instructor's not, because truly a lot of people view the instructor as like, this is the person I care about, right? I want their approval. I want to make them happy. and maybe that's a little bit of my middle child syndrome coming out, but the people pleasing aspect of going to a gym, but knowing that any question's a good question and there's only stupid people.
No, I'm joking. I'm amping about that. That's a joke.
There are stupid questions.
No, there's no. Look, man, it's like there's people that are significantly like very, very intelligent, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you've never done jiu-jitsu, you don't know what the fuck's going on. So like it's like if somebody's coming in and they're asking a question, I don't think anybody's looking at this guy and being like, this guy's a fucking dumbass. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like they're looking at him and they're being like, all right, let me pass on my knowledge. You get what I mean? And
yeah, I love the fact that the community in jiu-jitsu is so tight knit, and it's like even sometimes to their detriment. And I try not to do this as a white belt myself, like white belt techniques and coaching. That aspect is so wonderful in jiu-jitsu, in jiu-jitsu gyms.
Yeah, no, I fully agree, man. I completely agree. I feel like everybody, I feel like it's honestly like because you are battling, like because you can go live and because you can go hard with your teammates all the time, it's just like there's no way to lie. There's no way to be fake. It's like the most real thing you've ever been a part of. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can act like you're this person and like you're this guy, and then when you start rolling, you're not this person and you're not this guy, you know? So everybody, there's so much respect because you really, you see everybody's true personality. It really shines. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because all of that other shit, it's not in jiu-jitsu. You get what I mean?
I want to get you fully geared up in a plate carrier, a belt, a gun, a toy, like a sim gun, like a blue gun, and some boots, some BDUs, and I'm going to roll with you. And I'm going to see, I want to, like, we can't do it on the mats because we'll fuck up the mats with all our shit.
Yeah.
Maybe come out to where we train, and I want to see how you do with all that shit on.
With all the gear, man?
Yeah, I'm talking all the gear. And I want to roll against you with all the gear on because that's it's almost talking to somebody that's like rolled in gi.
Yeah.
Right? And they've never rolled in no gi and they go to no gi. And it's like, wait, what? I don't have all this stuff to grab onto, or like I don't have to worry about the gun. Because I'm telling you, dude, the second I want to roll against you and the second I get your gun, I want to see what your reaction is. Because it's in my mind, even though I'm training in a gym and I know it's safe, even when I'm rolling with people, I have the thought of, well, can I get to my gun? Or can they get to my gun and I can't? Right?
Yeah.
And it's something I bring in as like a baggage to make sure that my training is focused around my niche still. It kind of hampers me from doing certain moves because I'm like, well, this wouldn't be advantageous, right? Like in a real world setting. And I prefer no-gi. Just because most of the people I'm fighting against aren't going to have a jacket.
Yeah.
Right. Or even you'll be surprised. You might be able to get a baseball grip on me based on my outer carrier. Because it's very similar to a gi. Like you can go back up in there, grab the grip, and twist.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna pull my sim gun out and
you're gonna shoot me.
And do a contact wound. But yeah, I want to get that facilitated. I'm gonna see if I can get with Matt.
No,
and the other Matt, not me, Matt, but not speaking in the third person. But I think that'd be dope, dude. I think it's something you can take and tell your friends about as far as like, oh, I got to do this law enforcement.
Yeah, no, I'd love to participate in the law enforcement program and have you guys try and shoot me. I feel like that sounds fantastic.
When you're trying to get a baseball.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and choke you and you see if you can shoot me. I'm in. I'm totally in. No, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. So I want to go through this real quick we'll make this into a short. Show me a gable grip.
What do you
show me a gable grip real quick.
Like boom, like your gable grip
Hold
right
it
here.
up.
Boom.
Rotate it.
I hit the mic. Fuck.
It's okay. Boom.
Boom.
Okay, show me an S grip. For all those getting into jiu-jitsu, that is an S grip. Hold it up. It's like gang signs, dude. Gang.
Yeah, man. I feel like you're testing me here, bro.
What else is there? C grip?
Yeah, you got like your little monkey grip.
Oh, there you go.
You're going through all
C
kinds
grip,
of
monkey
grips.
grip.
Yeah, dude.
Thumbless grip?
Yeah, you could do some thumbless grips. Got the thumbless grips. Yeah, man. What do you think?
Quick test.
What do you think about I don't know. What do you think about you? What do you think about jiu-jitsu as a whole, like your overall
As a future and stuff like that?
Yeah. Like, here's a better question for you. So, like, I'm coming in here. Most of the people listening to this, they have no idea who I am, and I'm talking about, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like those are unrealistic expectations for myself? And here's the thing, Matt. I've come on this podcast. I've only spoken the truth. You know, and like I said, I only speak the truth. So 100% honesty. Like I've come in here. I said I want to drive a fucking Lamborghini when I'm older, and I want to be the best jiu-jitsu athlete in the world. And I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. I'm not very sensitive, so I want to know your thoughts on my expectations and my thoughts on my future and things like that.
Yeah, it's a two-part question. So you got jiu-jitsu, right? The future of jiu-jitsu and what the future of jiu-jitsu is going to be. I think the future of jiu-jitsu is truly probably no gi.
Okay.
Just because gi gets very technical.
And
a lot of people get lost in watching gi jiu-jitsu matches, right? And this is just from an outsider's perspective that watches jiu-jitsu from time to time. So you have the future of jiu-jitsu. I think somebody needs to – I think Gordon Ryan's a great example of that, but he was famous before jiu-jitsu. So he's – wasn't he?
No, I don't think so. For what? I think he was just – he's kind of like the pillar of the sport. Like,
you know who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking Tom
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, like Tom Hardy gets a lot of the outsiders.
Yeah,
but like
he
Gordon
brings
Ryan,
in a lot of shit.
He does.
But Gordon Ryan –
yeah, Gordon Ryan, like, he's kind of, I don't know, this truly, like, the sport has exploded. You know, it's just been on a rocket ship. I feel like it's only going upwards, you know, but Gordon Ryan has really contributed to that a lot. And
yeah, I would agree with that in this. But again, I feel like, you know, I just think back to when I first got into UFC watching. It was when I got into the military, and so back in 2014. And I went to a Twin Peaks in San Antonio, Texas, and we're sitting there. I'm having a beer, and I look over, and on every fucking screen, UFC. Every screen.
Yeah.
Every single screen. Doesn't matter where you looked. You couldn't look away from it. And I was like, oh, wow, this is, like, pretty barbaric, man. And, like, at that time, I was training jiu-jitsu with Durham Police Department, and they had a gym locally that you could progress up their little system. It was BJJ, so it wasn't like just random, but so I remember watching it and I was like, I don't know, fuck, man, that guy got smacked, like punched in the face. I was like, wow, this is like really interesting. And then they got to the ground and I was like, oh, here we go. And everybody's like, come on, get up, strike him, kicks.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, wow, dude, this guy has like a really good side guard. Are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, throwing jabs to the ribs and shit like that. And I'm like, wow, this is really good. And then, you know, so going to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the future of it, I want to see that. I go to a bar, even if it's a local bar, dude, and I want to see on every fucking screen somebody doing a match. Because it can get intense, dude, especially like no-gi, standing up. So long as somebody's not a guard puller, but I do respect a guard pull. I respect it.
Don't be throwing strays here now, man.
I'm not trying to jab at you, dude.
You're good.
But like, I respect the guard pull, right?
Yeah.
It's a legit approach,
Yeah,
and it does cause the competitor to think, oh fuck, well I'm not going to get points this way. But I think the point system's a little nuanced. So, but that's neither here nor there. So to have a proper commentator like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Or somebody that's constantly explaining what's going on to the listeners. And that's something UFC has improved on in the last even 5 years. So I think that's the future of BJJ. As far as the future of Josiah Jame Garcia. The future of Josiah Jame Garcia! And then fireworks.
Yeah.
You know, a little strobe show. I think you're on the things, man. I think you're on the up and up. I think you're legit. Probably, I know you appear cocky on this podcast.
I know. I really don't mean to like come in here and seem like an asshole. You get what I mean? But
no, I get it, dude.
I'll tell you what. Like, I'm just expressing like my honest feelings. Like honestly, I'm expressing my feelings and like I'm also expressing my expectations for myself. Like if I expected for me to be an average fucking jiu-jitsu athlete, why the fuck would I be training this hard?
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
No, dude, I get it.
And it's like I honestly I don't care, man. Like I don't care if people like agree or if they or if they think like it's possible. It's what I want to do. It's what I want to be. And if I told you something else, it would not be the truth. I would be lying.
Well, dude, again, it goes back to the two parts, right? So BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the future of it is going to be entertainment. I think what you said earlier, the UFC focusing on the fighters.
Yeah.
The fighters truly do bring a character to themselves into the matches. Conor McGregor being the fucking champ of it, right? Mm-hmm. And I've seen you in a learning stature, right? A posture of learning as a student, right? And it's not one of like, fuck this dude, I already know what's best. You are dialed in on whatever Evan has to say and whatever Evan can impart on you or fucking anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you and I were rolling one day and you're like, are you not getting choked out? I was like, no, I don't. Like, you got this side really good, but not this side.
Yeah.
And so, like, your attentiveness and your humility on the mat speaks worlds of your potential in the future. The cockiness and the character that you bring to it, dude, is only going to fuel the future of BJJ.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Look, I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for my coach, Evan. You know, dude. Like, and here's something. Before I started training, I was weak, man. Like I'm mentally weak. I was physically weak. You get what I mean? Yeah. And I say a lot of stuff about what I'm gonna be, but what I am today is because of everything that Evan and all of my training partners have done for me. You get what I mean? So like, you know, I take his words very seriously. You get what I'm saying? And you know, he likes to joke around and we fuck around a lot, but when it's time to get serious, like it's time to get serious. You get what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate what you're saying there, Matt, you know, and I don't know. That means a lot, man. That really does. Cause I do care a lot about like improving and getting better and like training and, you know, paying attention to the right way to do things. You get what I mean? Or like studying or watching videos or something like that. You get what I mean? So. Yep.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate you coming on this podcast and telling people who you are and
man,
what you are gonna be.
Follow my Instagram, Josiah the Ghost. It's private. I'll make it public, but
there you go.
Yeah, I'll make it a public Instagram. Follow my Instagram. Is that it, Matt? Are you kicking me out of here now?
Man, we can
done?
wrap it up. We're ready to almost a little over an hour, but
okay,
that's legit, man.
Sweet
good shit.
Awesome, that was great, man.
Yeah, dude. I'll have you back on to talk about more like anti-government shit.
Okay, yeah. Like
Hollywood, I support
Hollywood
the government.
Hollywood is all a bunch of elite pedophiles. Like they're all corrupt. Everybody knows it. What else? That virus that we can't talk about. Like that's all fake. I'm trying to get another one in. Quick. I'm not trying to get you like demonetized or anything though, Matt. But let me get one more.
I'm already demonetized.
Look up I don't know. That's it. I'm done. I don't want to get canceled. I'm out of here.
Look up Edward Snowden and his WikiLeaks documents.
Okay, Edward Snowden. I'm in. I'll look it up. I got you.
All right, guys. Take care.
Sweet.